What if your late-night bathroom trips aren't just aging? What if it's your bladder asking for help? And 8 natural foods can quiet it down. One of them is probably in your kitchen right now. And number 3, almost no one talks about it, yet it could change everything. For years, many seniors thought waking up 4, even 6 times a night was just part of getting older. But frequent nighttime urination, nocturia, often has a hidden cause. And here's the hopeful part. New studies show small food shifts can help you sleep through the night, without interruptions. Imagine resting deeply again without that 2 a.m. stumble to the bathroom. In today's video, I'll walk you through 8 gentle remedies, backed by science, that can help restore your nights and your energy. 1. Cranberries, the bladder's natural shield. Have you ever wondered why your bladder feels so overactive at night? For Rosa, 68, it started as a minor nuisance, waking once or twice to use the bathroom, but within a year, it became 4, sometimes 5 times a night. She felt trapped in a cycle of poor sleep and constant fatigue. And yet, the answer wasn't in another pill. It was in something far simpler. Cranberries, but not in the way most people think. See, cranberries contain powerful compounds called proanthocyanidins, or PACs for short. Think of PACs like a Teflon coating for your bladder walls. When bacteria try to cling and multiply, PACs make it nearly impossible. Instead, they're flushed out harmlessly. This isn't just folklore. A 2020 study published in the PMC Journal of Urology found that adults taking a 500 milligram cranberry extract daily reduced overactive bladder symptoms by 43% in just 8 weeks. For Rosa, her doctor suggested adding a 500 milligram cranberry extract capsule with breakfast. Within 2 months, she went from 4 nightly trips to just 1. Her words, "I finally slept through the night for the first time in years." But here's where it gets interesting. PACs don't just help prevent infections. They also reduce inflammation in the bladder lining, calming that urgent nagging feeling that keeps seniors awake. It's not magic. It's biology working the way it should. So if nighttime urgency is robbing you of rest, start with this simple step. Take 500 milligrams of a standardized cranberry extract capsule daily with your morning meal, because when your bladder is calm, your body can finally rest. 2. Pumpkin seed oil, nature's bladder, relaxant. For some seniors, the problem isn't bacteria, it's the bladder muscles themselves. Frank, 72, used to call it the urge that never quits. Even when his bladder wasn't full, it sent him running to the bathroom, sometimes 3 times a night. He tried cutting back on fluids. He avoided coffee after lunch. Nothing worked. But then his urologist introduced him to something surprising: pumpkin seed oil. Now, this isn't about pumpkin spice or your favorite fall dessert. This is about a cold-pressed oil, rich in compounds called cucurbitacins. Think of cucurbitacins like a gentle hand resting on an overexcited muscle. They calm the detrusor muscle, the one that squeezes your bladder. For seniors, this muscle can become overactive, sending false signals all night long. Your bladder isn't full, it's just firing the wrong messages. And the science? A 2014 study published in Nutrition Research and Practice showed that adults taking 10 grams of pumpkin seed oil daily experienced a significant drop in urinary urgency within 6 weeks. For Frank, it was life-changing. He started with 1 tablespoon, about 10 grams, of cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil at bedtime. Within a month, his nightly trips dropped from 3 to 1. His wife noticed too. He stopped sleeping on edge. We both started waking up rested again. Miss this next step, and your progress may stall without warning. Because while calming the bladder muscles is powerful, what if you could also reset your body's entire night-day urine rhythm? That's what we'll uncover next. 3. Tart cherries. Reset your sleep urine rhythm. Have you ever noticed how your bladder seems to have its own clock? Helen, 66, sure did, At 2 a.m., like clockwork, she'd wake with an urgent need to go. Even when she limited evening drinks, her body didn't get the message. That's because your kidneys and bladder don't just react to how much you drink. They follow your circadian rhythm, your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. And here's the problem after 60. Melatonin, the hormone that regulates that cycle, drops sharply. When melatonin is low, your kidneys don't get the signal to slow urine production at night. The result? Your bladder fills faster, and sleep keeps slipping away. But what if a simple, delicious food could help reset that rhythm? Tart cherries. They're one of the few natural sources of melatonin and antioxidants like anthocyanins, which reduce bladder inflammation. A 2010 pilot study in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that adults drinking 8 ounces of tart cherry juice 1 hour before bed improved their sleep time by over 84 minutes. For Helen, this became her evening ritual. 1 small glass of unsweetened tart cherry juice at 8 p.m. Within 2 weeks, her 2 a.m. wake-up calls disappeared. Now I wake rested, not rushing to the bathroom in the dark. And this is when your body starts saying yes again. Which of these have you already tried? Cranberries, pumpkin seed oil, or tart cherries? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. But hold on. Calming your bladder and resetting your clock is only part of the story. What if the real root lies deeper, in your hormones themselves? That's what we'll reveal next. 4. Soy isoflavones quiet the overactive bladder. For many seniors, frequent urination isn't just about weak muscles or poor habits. It's about hormones, especially for women after menopause, when estrogen levels decline sharply. Estrogen isn't just a female hormone. It also supports bladder health by maintaining receptor sensitivity and keeping the urethral lining supple. When estrogen drops, those receptors become less responsive. The bladder sends confused signals, like false urgency and incomplete emptying. And here's the surprising part. It's not just aging. It's this hormonal shift triggering your bladder to misfire. But nature has a gentle helper, soy isoflavones. These plant compounds act as phytoestrogens, meaning they bind weakly to estrogen receptors in the bladder. Think of them as a soft whisper, reminding your bladder to stay calm. A 2012 study in the Menopause Journal showed postmenopausal women taking 50 milligrams soy isoflavones daily experienced a 40% reduction in urinary urgency within 12 weeks. For Margaret, 64, it was transformative. She blended a soy milk smoothie into her daily routine, just 8 ounces at breakfast. 3 months later, she could finally enjoy long car rides without planning every stop. Her words? It felt like my bladder was mine again, not the other way around. But what most people miss is what comes next. Balancing hormones is powerful, but what if your bladder muscles still send the wrong signals at night? That's where our next food steps in. 5. Magnesium-rich almonds, the muscle calmer. Even when hormones are balanced, your bladder muscles might still have their own agenda. That was David's experience at 70. Every night, he felt a sudden, sharp urgency, like his bladder was contracting on its own. No infection, no large fluid intake. It was his muscles. You see, magnesium plays a vital role in relaxing muscles, including the detrusor muscle in your bladder. Without enough magnesium, these muscles can spasm. And for seniors, magnesium deficiency is common due to reduced absorption and certain medications. Here's the biological surprise. Your mitochondria, the tiny engines in every cell, rely on magnesium to create energy and relax muscles at rest. When magnesium is low, those engines stall and muscles misfire. A 2017 study in the International Urogynecology Journal found that magnesium supplementation reduced urinary urgency and frequency in adults within 4 weeks. David's fix was simple. He started eating 1 ounce, about 23 raw almonds, as an evening snack, or alternatively, a 200 milligram magnesium glycinate supplement before bed. Within a month, his nighttime urgency eased. His words, "For the first time in years, I wasn't waking up with that tight, urgent feeling." Your mitochondria don't lie. They respond to one thing next. And while magnesium calms the muscles, what if we could also balance your body's fluids to prevent irritation in the first place? That's what we'll uncover in the next segment. 6. Bananas. Balance. Nighttime. Electrolytes. By now, we've calmed the muscles and quieted the nerves, but there's one more silent trigger for nighttime urgency. Fluid imbalance. For Linda, 73, it showed up as swelling in her ankles by evening, and an irritated bladder that seemed to wake her every 3 hours. She thought drinking less water would help, but cutting back only made her urine more concentrated and her bladder more sensitive. Here's why. Potassium is the mineral your body uses to maintain fluid balance. It helps your kidneys regulate how much sodium and water stay in the system versus being flushed out. When potassium is low, something common in older adults, the balance tips. Fluid builds up in the tissues during the day, only to shift back into circulation when you lie down. This triggers your kidneys to ramp up urine production at night, and your bladder to send those urgent signals. Think of potassium as your body's thermostat for water retention, keeping everything steady and calm. A 2019 study in the Journal of Urology linked higher dietary potassium intake with a 25% reduction in nocturia symptoms in adults over 60. For Linda, the solution was simple. She added one small banana to her dinner meal, not too close to bedtime to avoid stomach discomfort. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her legs felt lighter, and her nights were quieter. Her reflection? I stopped waking with that swollen, tight feeling. I didn't realize how much it was affecting my sleep. And this is when your body starts saying yes again. But what about flushing out the excess sodium and irritants already irritating your bladder? That's where our next gentle remedy steps in. 7. Parsley tea. The gentle diuretic. Reset. By now, we've helped your body calm the bladder muscles and balance fluids. But there's still one hidden irritant we need to address. Sodium buildup. George, 75, had dealt with swollen ankles for years. His doctor warned him about salt, but even after cutting back, his bladder still felt irritated at night. It wasn't just dietary sodium. It was the residual buildup in his tissues putting pressure on his kidneys and bladder. That's where parsley tea comes in. Parsley isn't just a garnish. It's a gentle diuretic that helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium and water without the harsh effects of prescription diuretics. Think of it like a soft broom, sweeping away the irritants that quietly stress your bladder. A 2011 study in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology confirmed that Petroselinum crispum, parsley, increased urine volume in adults, helping ease fluid retention naturally. George made it part of his afternoon routine. 1 cup of parsley tea daily, made by steeping 1 teaspoon of dried parsley in hot water for 10 minutes. Within 10 days, he noticed his swelling subsided and nighttime urgency eased. His words, "It's such a small thing, but my nights feel lighter now." But what most people miss is what comes next. While parsley helps your kidneys flush out irritants, there's one surprising snack that supports healthy urine flow at its source. That's what we'll reveal in our final segment. 8. Watermelon seeds support healthy urine. Flow, George's story showed us how parsley can help your kidneys flush irritants. But what if you could support those kidneys even further? At their filtration level, that's where watermelon seeds step in. Eleanor, 67, used to call her nighttime urgency a broken faucet. No matter what she tried, her bladder seemed under constant pressure. But the root wasn't in her bladder, it was her kidneys. As we age, kidney function often slows. This means more fluid lingers in the system, creating pressure that triggers those urgent signals. Watermelon seeds are rich in citrulline, and antioxidants that support kidney filtration. Think of them like tiny plumbers unclogging the pipes so everything flows smoothly again. A 2015 study in the Asian Pacific Journal of Tropical Medicine found that watermelon seed extract significantly improved diuresis, urine production without causing dehydration. For Eleanor, the change was simple: a small handful, about 1/4 cup, of roasted watermelon seeds 3 times a week as a snack. After 2 weeks, her bladder felt less on edge, and her nights more peaceful. Her reflection: I never thought such a simple snack could make such a big difference. But here's why skipping this last step could undo all your progress. Because even with all these foods, there's a common myth about nighttime urination that keeps seniors stuck in the cycle, and it's time we set the record straight. Take a moment to imagine this. You wake after 7 hours of uninterrupted sleep, no more stumbling in the dark, no more fear of falling, just peace and the energy to enjoy your mornings again. Now ask yourself, which of these gentle remedies feels easiest for you to try first? Cranberries with breakfast, a spoonful of pumpkin seed oil at bedtime, or a calming cup of parsley tea in the afternoon? Drop your choice in the comments below. I read every single one. And remember, small steps like these aren't just for your bladder. They're for your independence, your energy, your family. Because the greatest gift you can give your loved ones is you, strong, healthy, and free to live fully. So, hit subscribe for more science-backed ways to stay vibrant after 60. Your journey to restful nights starts